Like I said, I get to work from home. I get to win every single day. I get to do that by helping people the right way. There's no sales gimmicks. There's no manipulation tactics. There's no hard closers. None of that. So there's no bait and switch. There's none of that. I get to lay my head on my pillow at the end of the night and go to sleep knowing that I did my very best for people.
So let's do this. I would love for you to talk about recruiting. And you guys, your agency does some recruiting webinars. You told me earlier how you talk to everybody. And, so I don't know if you have anybody even writing yet, but your focus is, I'm not just going to be just a Hall of Fame producer. Dude, you're Christo, push him for gold jacket because he should have a gold jacket. Nothing recruits better than a red jacket, but a gold jacket recruits way better than a red jacket. So
what you got to do for a gold jacket?
$1 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
$1 million personal production. It can be IUL, final expense term, and some annuities in there.
That actually is my goal this year. So it's good.
I love it. So all those things combined, let's talk about what you're doing to recruit, like what the type of person you're looking for, how you explain the business, or where you're finding people, and getting them started. What is that process? How you're explaining? Because a lot of people go, I sell some insurance. Do you want to sell it? That's not a great pitch. I'd love for people to hear what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I love this job. It gives me an opportunity to help people and be rewarded for it in a regulated industry, where we can all build a business and we're going to get paid, which is, it doesn't work like that outside in many industries outside of the insurance business. Like, we're all very blessed to be here. Or if you're watching this and you're not in insurance yet, to be on the brink of getting into an industry that rewards you for doing things the right way and for helping a bunch of people, which is good. So I'm already just super amped and passionate and happy about what I'm doing. Like I said, I get to work from home. I get to win every single day. I get to do that by helping people the right way. There's no sales gimmicks. There's no manipulation tactics. There's no hard closers. None of that. So there's no bait and switch. There's none of that. I get to lay my head on my pillow at the end of the night and go to sleep knowing that I did my very best for people, and that I'm blessed and lucky enough to wake up the next morning, hop on a Zoom community with some of the best dudes, and we get to win all day long. Like, that is awesome. So when I meet people out and about, which, like, anybody that you're passing in a hallway or an elevator, or you're sharing an Uber with, or that you're at the bar next to, or whatever, like, just be polite, just say hello, but I talk to people and I ask them what they do for work, or people say like, hey, how's it going? And I always answer the same thing: living the dream, because I am. And then I ask them how things are going, and if they're working full time or part time, going to school, and then they tell me, how's that going? And then if they don't ask me back, I always just kind of say, dude, man, I think anybody right now that's living here in Phoenix that's not making the type of money that they want, they should be doing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of quiet, and they're like, well, what do you do? I go, oh, dude, I got the best job ever. And then I tell them about what I do. And then I ask them if they're interested in learning more about it. Lots of times the answer is yes. And then I just add them on Instagram, or shoot them a text, and then I'll get them invited to our agency overview meeting that we do every 2 weeks. That kind of goes over the opportunity. But I'm doing that a lot. Like, most of the time when I ride an Uber, I want to help the person who's Ubering me because they're doing it to make some extra money. Sure. Maybe that's because they've got kids and they don't have a lot of time to work, but wouldn't it be so much better if they were able to get into this opportunity and work from home, be around their kids all the time, and then, 10x their income and do something maybe that they'll enjoy a lot more. And so I don't know, I was kind of raised where, on a Friday night, if a girl gets all dolled up and you think she's beautiful, and then you don't tell her what you think, and you don't give her that compliment, she spent hours and hours and hours getting ready to get that thought. You had that thought. You're kind of a jerk if you don't just tell her the truth and say, hey, I think you look beautiful. So I think similarly with this opportunity, if things are going really good and you have value to share with people, and it's, hey, I might have an opportunity that you'd be great in, you're kind of a jerk if you don't share that with them. And so I kind of feel like it's my, I don't know, like an evangelist. I kind of feel like it's my duty to share the opportunity with people, because it might change their life like it did for us.
Amen, bro. Amen. I love that. So, okay, just to dig in a smidge more, what do you say when they say, what do you do? And you go, I got the best job in the world. Then what do you do? What is
I just talk about my results. I'm just real
Okay.
honest. Yeah. Say last month I made about $60,500. Month before that, I made close to 50,000. Month before that, about 25,000. I get to work from home. I get to help people. And all I'm doing is when people see an ad for life insurance on Facebook and they fill out a form with all their information, I'm just calling them either the same day or the next day. And sometimes they don't answer and sometimes they do. And when they do, more than half the time I'm able to help them get life insurance, because they're going to keep that life insurance for the rest of their lives. The top insurance carriers, like name a carrier, name a carrier, name a carrier, pay top dollar to licensed agents that help facilitate that transaction. So that's what I just help people all day long with their life insurance. It's different than calling out of the phone book. I'm just calling people that asked for a phone call. And so I just hang, and I tell them about the Zoom. I just hang out on Zoom with my friends all day long. I help people that ask for the help, and it feels good to win. So more or less that's what I say.
Sure, you say that, and then you wait for them either to go cool, or they say, "What?" So or ask another question, right? And then you can tell by their body language or their response, are they a doer? Are they open to something new, or are they like, why is this guy so talkative? I'm just trying to have a beer, right? And you go, cool, no man, cheers, go have a good day.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. One of my favorite things is this saying. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So I'm never trying to convince anyone to get life insurance. I'm not trying to convince anyone to start selling life insurance. But if I think it's a right fit, I'll give them my opinion and I'll encourage them to do it. And then I'm here to help facilitate that if they need some help with it.
It's good. Just you're putting hooks in the water, and get them to follow you on Instagram or get their phone number, shoot a message, invite them to your call. Now, you mentioned last night you had your recruiting webinar. How many people did you personally have invited on there last night?
We have it every 2 weeks. So I invited 17 people. I think maybe 12 or 13 or 14 showed up. So it's hard because sometimes they log in and it says Zoom, or it says iPhone 1, iPhone 2. So it's and they don't have their camera on. But you do that every 2 weeks and you're inviting 20 to 30 people to a meeting. X percentage of those are going to schedule their test. They're going to pass it. They're going to get contracted. And then if you can just be a good example of, hey, everything that I do, just do the same thing, you can get the exact same results. Then you can show them the way.
Yeah. Amen. So yeah, guys, do you think he's going somewhere? 17 people on a weekly recruiting call. I mean, they were cold. That's some of the
most of them were cold. Yeah. A few of them were these tax strategy guys. They were trying to get me to be a tax strategy client. And I said, hey, guys, I already got a tax guy, but have you heard of an index universal life insurance policy? They're like, no. How many clients do you guys have that are making over $250,000 a year and need a tax deferment vehicle? They're like, 300. I'm like, cool. So then for the next hour, we got into index universal life. And I'm like, you guys should get licensed. And they're like, we should totally get licensed. So, just random stuff like that. I think they hit me up on Instagram. Some super, super cool people that I had the privilege of meeting when I got into their Uber, that I found out had some pretty big goals that and so I introduced them to the opportunity, just stuff like that. People that I met out at a bar on a Friday night, Oh, and by the way, the best way to make friends at a bar is just to buy a bunch of Jell-O shots and just hand them out. You're instantly popular. So, but just going out, meeting people, having a good time, being a good human being, learning about people, asking them, getting Instagrams, getting numbers, just having fun. I call it flirting with the world.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Arthur, you are, you're going places, bro. You already know it. You can see it. Your vision is big. You're doing the right actions. It's just, we need a time, it wouldn't be any fun to teleport or have time travel because you'd miss all the fun, right? The work, the joy is in the chase. The joy is in the hunt. The joy is in the kill, right? It'd be nice to wake up and you're a multimillionaire in a mansion in PV. Yeah, that'd be great. But what you'd learn along the way, the people you'd meet along the way, and the people you'd help along the way is the fun part about any part of growing any opportunity, dude. So, man, I appreciate you. I love it. You close this out. Any final thoughts you've got to agents out there that are looking, that are excited, that are on the edge? What's the final rally cry you got for us?
I mean, hit me up on Instagram. It's at Arthur, ARTHUR .boss, BOSS LLC. And we can connect. We can connect on there. I'll follow you back. But Grady, I just want to say thank you so much for being an inspiration to so many people. And again, thank you for being very critical in when I first started, is you were an inspiration to me. And again, I used you as my standard, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to do exactly what he did in order to get there, and I just chased after that and I made it happen. I think anybody watching this can do the exact same things. And Grady's a great guy to follow and watch. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you. And thanks for the opportunity for letting me come on here and share what I.
Hey, you crushed it, brother. You crushed it. You crushed it. Thank you. Everybody, drop an A, 2 A's or 3 A's if you want bonus points in the chat below. So
cool, man.
Excited to continue with you and the future, bro. But keep crushing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.